All right, the title of this is going to deal with patience, right? The title of this is going to be dealing with patience and how patience go along with your salvation. So I'm going to ask a question to anybody. How do you think your salvation is tied to patience? Yeah. How is your salvation tied to patience? Anybody? How? I know it directly, but how? Antoine, go ahead.
One thing I can think of, if you're impatient and you start doing things on your own accord, you're not in the ordinance with the Most High, you get,
hurry up, son.
Struck down for that.
Absolutely.
We tell you to wait on something, he's like, you're taking too long. I can do this myself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else? Go ahead, it's on you.
Patience is one of the, look, BJ, turn around. It's one of the fruit of the spirit, right? So that would be evidence that you are dealing with the spirit, the display of patience.
Plus, when you deal with the Lord's side, I'm sure there was space for people to could have messed up, but we have done everything wrong. We still have patience to deal with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we know we in this microwave type of society, right? You know what I'm saying? We need everything instantaneous. The microwave, we got fast food, minute rice. The woman needs her hair done, she get a quick weave. Everything is, I need it right now, right here, right now. I can't wait. And we're going to find out how patience plays into your salvation. And we're going to find out a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of people that died because they lost their patience. So, my patience is tested every time I get in the car. Every time I get on the freeway, my patience is tested. Somebody want to drive slow in the fast lane. And you know, I'm so mad I don't know what to do. Please get out of the lane and get over. I know the speed limit say 55, but please get over there and do that. Please. How many of us that got to a light and see it turn yellow and say, oh my goodness, that boy changing. And I'm too far back, but I'm going too fast to stop. So I got to just gun it and get through it. So now, because you couldn't wait 30 seconds, you just got yourself a big ticket. Because you couldn't wait. Patience just killed you. So when you pull up behind a car on 8 Mile or wherever it be, and you see that you measuring it, this me anyway, you see a Mustang, a clunker, an old lady, and you measuring. Wait a minute, the Mustang the fastest. I'm getting behind him. Because he's going to take off first. He's going to go the fastest. He got the fastest car. You get in the grocery stores, the same thing. You measure the lines. Who got the most? Oh man, there's too many people. That lady right there, she moving fast. I'm getting in this line. Soon as you get in that line, that will take off. Oh, you stand over there. You stand in this line and hold it for me. All this stuff dealing with your patience. Let's get Luke 21 and 19. Yep, 21 and 19. All these things dealing with your patience.
You need to sit down somewhere. I don't care where, find somewhere and have a seat. Take your stuff with you. The book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 19. In your patience, possess you your souls.
You see that? You just tied your soul into your patience. In your patience possesses you your soul. Now, why would he say that? We need to know why he would say this. Why he would make this, because this is a profound statement. In your patience possess you your souls. He's directly tying it into your salvation. So why would he say this? This is deep. Like I said, we're going to find out there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going on to this day that started because somebody lost their patience. Let's get Proverbs 16 and 32.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 32. He that is slow to anger.
He that is what?
He that is slow to anger.
He that is slow to anger. Now, when you lose your patience, normally what happens? You get angry. Because now your patience done ran out on the situation. Oh my, this. Ooh. If they don't come on, if they don't hurry up. So it says, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. Go ahead, finish reading that out.
He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that rules his spirit than he that takes a city.
So if you can rule your spirit, it is better than being mighty and the one that can take a city. Again, this is real key. This is real key. It's going to show you, again, patience. Because patience, when you lose it, they say, man, it done made me lose my temper. And that's when that whole thing pop in. I don't care. Take me to jail. Lock me up. I don't care. I'm ready, God. I'm down for whatever. All this because you done lost your patience and got mad. Now you done got out of your character of who you are. Nehemiah chapter 9 and 16.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 9 and verse 16. But they and our fathers dealt proudly and hardened their necks and hardened not and hearkened not to your commandments.
So again, we're going to see that just like Martin said, the Most High got great patience with us. Because if he didn't have great patience with us, we would be a goner. We would be out of here. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And they refused to obey, neither were mindful of your wonders that you did among them, but hardened their necks, and in their rebellion appointed a captive to return to their bondage. But you are a power, ready to pardon, gracious and merciful, slow to anger.
Do what?
Slow to anger.
Slow to anger. So right here, the Most High exercising great patience with the children of Israel. He says, slow to anger. Go ahead.
And of great kindness. And forsook them not.
And so he forsook you not because he's slow to anger. Let's get James 1 and 19. gonna make sense, and you're gonna see some stuff that you do your every day, and you're gonna be like, dang, that's me. James 1:19.
The book of James, chapter 1 and verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear.
Do what?
Swift to hear.
Swift to hear. They say this little saying, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth, meaning you should listen twice as much as you talk. That ain't in the scripture, but it's actually the true thing. Read that again.
Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath.
Slow to what?
Slow to wrath.
Slow to wrath, meaning be patient. Hold what we got, we coming right back. Let's get Matthew chapter 12 and 36. Matthew 12 and 36.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12.
Because he told us, be slow to speak. Go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12 and verse 36. But I say unto you, that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
Every idle word, that's why you should be slow to speak. Because once you say it, you can't take it back. Because it's already out there. This is why he says, be slow to speak. Because now when you try to come back and apologize, it's too late. Because you already showed me what you really feel about me, what you really mean. This is why he said, be slow to speak. Read that from the top again.
Verse 36. But I say unto you, that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
Go ahead.
For by your words you shall be justified.
For by your words you're going to be justified. Go ahead.
And by your words you shall be condemned.
So either you're going to be justified or you're going to be condemned. So you should very well watch everything that you say. Especially if you do it out of anger. He told you every idle word that you speak will be used against you or for you. Let's go back to that James 1:19 again. We'll read it to 21.
James 1:19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. For the wrath of a man works not the righteousness of the Most High. Wherefore, lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness and the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls.
Back to that again. Which is able to save your souls. Remember, he says, in your patience, possess you your souls. All right, let's get 1 Thessalonians chapter 5.
Says like what?
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and 14.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 14. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, comfort the feeble-minded, support the weak. Be patient toward all men.
Do what?
Be patient toward all men.
We should be patient towards all men. We know sometimes it's hard to be patient with people. Especially in this truth. Because you can be showing somebody something, tell them about it, Jerome. And it's right there in black and white, says it plain as day, and they'll read it and act like they don't get it. And you get so mad, you see it. Get out of here. You, right there, you just lost the patience. Read that again.
Verse 14. Now we exhort you, brethren, Warn them that are unruly. Comfort the feeble-minded. Support the weak. Be patient toward all men.
Go ahead.
See that none render evil for evil unto any man.
So see that none render evil for evil unto any man. Wow. So they said it to me, I got to get mine back in. We ain't supposed to return evil for evil, but to be patient with them. Finish that out.
See that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men.
And to all men. Let's get Exodus chapter 34. Pick it up at verse 6.
The book of Exodus, chapter 34, verse 6. And Yahuwah passed by before him and proclaimed, Yahuwah Elohim, merciful and gracious, long-suffering.
What is he?
Long-suffering.
Long-suffering. Meaning he putting up with your stuff for the longest of times. He long-suffering. We're supposed to be like him. So right here says that he's long-suffering. So he's suffering while he's doing it, going through it. But he still keeps his patience and wait for you. Finish it up.
And abundant in goodness and truth.
What's that?
Abundant in goodness and truth.
Abundance in goodness and truth. Let's get Judges chapter 2. And verse 11. This is a joint that my Aunt B went through one of his lessons, and it's going to show you the patience of him.
The book of Judges, chapter 2, and verse 11. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahuwah.
They did what?
They did evil in the sight of Yahuwah.
So the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahuwah. Hold on, let me get that. All right. And did what?
And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahuwah and served Baalim.
So jump to Judges chapter 3 and verse 7.
Judges 3 and 7. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahuwah and forgot Yahuwah their Elohim and served Baalim and the groves.
And the groves. So we got it back to back. And the children of Israel did evil. Jump to verse 12.
Verse 12. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of Yahuwah. And Yahuwah strengthened Eglon, the king of Moab, against Israel, because they had done evil.
So right there we got the same thing. Back to back to back. Judges chapter 4 and verse 1.
Judges 4:1. And the children of Israel did evil, again did evil in the sight of Yahuwah, when Ehud was dead, and Yahuwah sold them into captivity, into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan, and that reigned in Hazor.
All right, we good right there. We see the pattern continuing. Judges chapter 6 and verse 1. So it's the same thing repeatedly. Go ahead.
Judges 6 and 1. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahuwah, and Yahuwah delivered them into the hand of Midian 7 years.
So we got the same pattern over and over. And the children of Israel did evil. And the children of Israel did evil. And the children of Israel did evil. Now we know if this was us, we'd be, man, I'm through with that nigga. Man, he just keep doing it. He ain't gonna change. But that's why the Most High is long suffering and patient with us. Because again, we'd have been saying it all along after the second time. Man, I'm through with that nigga, man. Sick of him. He ain't even trying to change. Let's see. Matthew chapter 18. Let's see what Hamashiach said. Matthew 18 and 21.
The book of Matthew, chapter 18, and verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Master, how often shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Till 7 times?
So Peter is asking him a question. How often shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? How often? So 7 times? Read.
Yeshua said unto him, I say, not unto you until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
But until when?
70 times 7.
70 times 7. He making a point with this. Go ahead.
Therefore is the kingdom of Shamayim likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants. And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him, which owed him 10,000 talents.
Which owed him what?
10,000 talents.
So this person owes him 10,000 talents. Go ahead.
But for as much as he had not to pay, the master commanded him to be sold, and his wife and children, and all that he had, and payment to be made.
Go ahead.
The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Master, have patience with me.
Do what?
Master, have patience with me.
Master, have patience with me. He owed him 10,000 talents, which is like $52,000. So he says, Master, be patient with me. Go ahead.
And I will pay you all.
And I will do what?
And I will pay you all.
I will pay it all to you. Read.
Then the master of that servant was moved with compassion and loosed him and forgave him the debt.
So he says the master was moved with compassion because he says he fell down and worshiped him and said, have patience with me. And so he forgave him of his debt. Read.
But the same servant went out.
But the same servant, the person that just was forgiven, that's what he's talking about. Read.
And found one of his fellow servants, which owed him 100 pence.
So somebody now owed him some money. Right? You see it? So this servant that just was forgiven, he goes to the man that owed him 100 pence, which is like $44. Go ahead.
And he laid hands on him.
He did what?
And he laid hands on
Wait
him.
a minute, you just was forgiven for doing this, and I'm gonna owe you $44 and you put your hands on him. Something ain't right with that. Go ahead.
And took him by the throat.
Did what?
Took him by the throat.
You better go get me my money. The master just forgave you for 10,000 talents. He just forgave you, and you went right to the next man that owed you and took him by the throat. No patience. Read.
Saying, pay me that which you owe.
Give me my money. Read.
And his fellow servant fell down at his feet and besought him, saying, have patience with me.
Do what?
Have patience with me.
Have patience with me, just like he just cried about having patience. Read.
And I will pay you all.
And I will give it to you. Go ahead.
And he would not, but went and cast him into prison till he should pay the debt.
Cast him in prison till he shall pay the debt. Read.
So when his fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto their master all that was done. Then his master, after that he had called him, said unto him, O you wicked servant.
Oh, you wicked servant. Something you don't want to hear. Read.
I forgave you all that debt because you desired me.
I forgave you the debt because you desired it. Go ahead.
Should not you also have had compassion on your fellow servant, even as I had pity on you?
Even if I had pity on you, this is a Mashiach directly talking about the end times. Go ahead.
And his master was wroth and delivered him to the tormentors till he should pay all that was due unto him.
Go ahead.
So likewise shall my Father in Shamayim do also unto you, if you from your hearts forgive not everyone his brother their trespasses.
So right there, showing you the same dynamics. If you don't forgive your brothers, then he ain't going to forgive you. We got a lot of that. Yes, I know. There's a couple of people I'm very angry with off some stuff that they done done. James 1. Yeah, y'all know me, y'all know. I was going here.
James, what James do to you? Come on, little James. Little James, big James.
James chapter 1 and verse 2.
The book of James, chapter 1 and verse 2. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations.
He says, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. Again, that's a hard thing to do. Go ahead.
Knowing this, that the trying of your faith works patience.
That the trying of your faith works patience. Go ahead.
But let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire.
That you be what?
May be perfect and entire.
That's the thing. We all striving to be perfect. Patience goes into being perfect. Read that verse 4 again.
Verse 4. But let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing.
Wanting nothing. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and 4. We're going to get into the meat in a minute. Second Corinthians 6 and 4.
2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 4. But in all things, approving yourselves as the ministers of the Most High, in much patience.
In much what?
In much patience.
In much patience. Again, when you're trying to sow this stuff to your family, and they don't seem like they want to get it, it's very, very easy to lose your patience and walk away from them and walk out mad and say some stuff that you shouldn't say. Go ahead.
But in all things, approving ourselves as the ministers of the Most High, in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses, in stripes, in imprisonments, in tumults, in labors, in watchings, in fastings, by pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering.
By what?
By long suffering.
There you go again, because the Most High is long suffering. Go ahead.
By kindness, by the Ruach HaKodesh, by love unfeigned.
By love unfeigned. All right, let's get Romans 12 and 12. Go ahead.
The book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 12. Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing, instant in prayer.
Patient in tribulation, continuing, instant in prayer. Again, some of these things is hard to do, but it's a must. So let's get Psalms 37. Pick it up at verse 7.
The book of Psalms, chapter 37 and verse 7. Rest in Yahuwah and wait patiently for him.
Do what?
Rest in Yahuwah and wait patiently for him.
Wait patiently for him. Go ahead.
Fret not yourself because of him who prospers in his way, because of the man who brings wicked devices to pass.
Go ahead.
Cease from anger.
Cease from anger. Go ahead.
And forsake wrath. Fret not yourself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off.
For who?
But for evildoers shall be cut off.
For evildoers shall be cut off. Go ahead.
But those that wait upon Yahuwah, they shall inherit the earth.
So it's a key. He says those that wait upon him. So when you get in your temper, in your own mood, just like Anton was saying, you don't wait no more. You take it upon your own self to do something, and you just got out of his order. Read that, verse 10.
Verse 10. For yet for a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, you shall diligently consider his place, and it shall not be.
This is the person that can't wait. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. This is the person that can't wait. Always in a hurry, got to do something. Psalms 27 and 14.
The book of Psalms, chapter 27 and verse 14. Wait on Yahuwah.
The what?
Wait on Yahuwah.
Wait on Yahuwah. Go ahead.
Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on Yahuwah.
Wait on Yahuwah. So we're going to see in a minute just how when your patience fails you, what it causes. So remember, Luke says, in your patience possess ye your soul. Alright? Let's get Revelation chapter 3. And verse 10.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10.
He told us to wait on him. Go ahead.
Because you have kept the word of my patience.
The word of what?
The word of my patience.
Because you have kept the word of my patience. Go ahead.
I also will keep you from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which you have, that no man take your crown.
And do what?
Hold that fast which you have, that no man take your crown.
That no man take your crown. That's key. I want y'all to remember that. He says, hold that which no man takes your crown. And in the first verse we was reading, he says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Then he says, that no man take your crown. Let's get 1 Samuel. Let's see how this applies. 1 Samuel chapter 10. Because he's saying that your patience is connected to your crown. 1 Samuel chapter 10 and verse 8.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 10, verse 8. And you shall go down before me to Gilgal, and behold, I will come down unto you to offer burnt offerings.
Now this is Samuel talking to Saul. So he just told him exactly what he wanted him to do. He says, and you shall go down before me to Gilgal. Go ahead.
And I will come down unto you and offer burnt offerings, and to sacrifice sacrifices of peace offerings. 7 days shall you tarry, till I come to you and show you what you will do.
So he's telling them, go to Gilgal, wait for me 7 days. I'm going to be there in 7 days. And when I get there, I'm going to offer peace offerings and sacrifice offerings. Then he says, you shall tarry, meaning to wait. Direct order, right? Go ahead.
Verse 9. And it was so that when he had turned his back to go from Samuel, the Most High gave him another heart.
So the Most High gave Saul another heart. Read.
And all those signs came to pass that day.
Go ahead.
And when they came there to the hill, behold, a company of prophets met him, and the Spirit of Yahuwah came upon him, and he prophesied among them.
So Saul is a king and not a prophet. But right here, the Spirit came on him, and he started prophesying. This is key. Read.
And it came to pass, when all that knew him before time saw that, behold, he prophesied among the prophets. Then the people said one to another, what is this that is come unto the son of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets?
Is Saul also among the prophets? So Saul is the king. Now he believes, because these people is gassing him up, that he's a prophet as well. But he told them exactly what he wanted them to do. I want you to go to Gilgal, and I want you to wait for me until I get there. And when I get there, I'm going to offer burnt offering and sacrifices. All right? Let's get to 1 Samuel chapter 13. 1 Samuel chapter 13 and verse 7.
1 Samuel chapter 13 and 7. And some of the Hebrews went over Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead. As for Saul, he was yet in Gilgal, and all the people followed him, trembling.
All the people followed Saul, trembling, scared of him, because he was king. Now remember what they told him exactly to do. Go ahead.
And he tarried 7 days according to the set time that Samuel had appointed.
So he tarried there 7 days according to the set time which Samuel had appointed. Go ahead.
But Samuel came not to Gilgal, and the people were scattered from him. And Saul said, Bring here a burnt offering to me, and peace offering. And he offered the burnt offering.
Wait a minute. Didn't Samuel tell him to wait? I'm going to do the burnt offering and the sacrifices when I get there. But now the king, since they saying that he was prophesying, the king got the big head and think, I can do sacrifices as well. But burnt offering and sacrifices is only for who? The priests. It's only for Levites. Let's see what happened. Read.
And it came to pass that as soon as he had made an end of offering the burnt offering, behold, Samuel came.
Soon as he finished doing it, Samuel popped up. Soon as he just did it, he lost his patience and he couldn't wait. And he did it on his own. Go ahead.
And Saul went out to meet him, that he might salute him. And Samuel said, What have you done?
What have you what?
What have you done?
What have you done? He don't even think that he done nothing wrong. He going out to meet Samuel. Salute him. What's up, bro? What took you, man? You took so long, I had to go and do it myself. Go ahead.
Because I saw that the people were scattered from me, and that you came not within the days appointed, and that the Philistines gathered themselves together at Michmash. Therefore, said I, the Philistines will come down now upon me to Gilgal, and I have not made supplication unto Yahuwah. I forced myself, therefore, and offered a burnt offering.
He says, I forced myself, therefore, and offered burnt offerings. This is only for the priest to do. I know you the king, but you can't do this. Let's see what Samuel said to him. Go ahead.
And Samuel said to Saul, You have done foolishly.
You have done foolishly. I didn't tell you to do that. Read.
You have not kept the commandment of Yahuwah your Elohim, which he commanded you. For now will Yahuwah have established your kingdom upon Israel forever.
Ooh. He says, for Yahuwah will have established your kingdom upon Israel forever. So what did he just lose? His crown. Just like Revelation is talking about, in your patience, don't lose your crown. Don't let no man cause you to lose it. He just lost his crown and the kingdom because he couldn't wait. Just because he couldn't wait, he done lost the kingdom. Go ahead.
Verse 14. But now your kingdom shall not continue. Yahuwah has sought him a man after his own heart, and Yahuwah have commanded him to be captain over his people, because you have not kept that which Yahuwah commanded you.
So he didn't, since you didn't keep it, since you got impatient and you couldn't wait, you just lost the kingdom and you just lost your crown. We don't want to lose ours. If we get it, we want to keep it. And we don't want our patience to cause us to lose it. Let's see. Now, why is all of this strife going on in the Middle East? What's the cause of it? All the warring that since we've been born, we see the people in the Middle East fight. What is it from? What's the root thing that it's from? Anybody? Yeah, well, it's a good one, but that ain't it. What's the root thing that all that strife and beef that's going on in the Middle East? All those things is there. Let's see. Let's see according to the scripture. Let's get Genesis chapter 12. Starts with Abraham. Genesis chapter 12 and verse 4.
Genesis 12 and 4. So Abram departed as Yahuwah had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran.
So Abraham right here is 75 years old. Keep this in mind. Abraham, 75 years old. Jump down to verse 7.
Verse 7. And Yahuwah appeared unto Abram, and said unto your seed will I give this land.
Unto who?
Unto your seed will I give this land.
Unto your seed, singular, will I give this land. Now remember, Abraham is 75 at this moment. Read verse 7 again.
And Yahuwah appeared unto Abram, and said, unto your seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto Yahuwah, who appeared unto him.
So who appeared to him. So Abraham, we know that he says that he was the friend of the Most High. This means Abraham had access to him anytime he wanted to. Anything you need to do, you can talk directly to him. He said he's his friend. Let's get Genesis chapter 15 and verse 1.
The book of Genesis 15 and 1. After these things, the word of Yahuwah came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am your shield, and your exceeding great reward. And Abram said, Yahuwah Elohim, what will you give me? Seeing I go childless.
Seeing I do what?
I go childless.
Seeing I go childless. So Abraham was worried about when he's going to have his child or his seed. Read.
And the steward of my house is Eleazar of Damascus.
Yeah.
And Abram said, Behold, to me you have given no seed.
To me you have given no seed. So Abraham, remember he was 75. He feel like, man, I'm getting old. Man. I'm 75. I'm still childless. Go ahead.
And lo, one born in my house is my heir.
No, he ain't your heir. Read.
And behold, the word of Yahuwah came unto him, saying, This shall not be your heir, but he that shall come forth from your own bowels shall be your heir.
But he that comes from your own bowels shall be your heir. Go ahead.
And he brought him forth abroad, and said, Look now toward Shamayim, and tell the stars, if you be able to number them. And he said unto him, So shall your seed be.
So shall your seed be. Verse 6.
Verse 6, and he believed in Yahuwah, and he counted it to him for righteousness.
So he believed. This is where that faith comes from. So Abraham believed right here. Genesis 16 and 1.
The book of Genesis chapter 16 and verse 1. Now Sarah, Abram's wife, bare him no children.
Sarah, Abram's wife, bare him no children. Read.
And she had a handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar.
Go ahead.
And Sarah said unto Abram,
The Most High said unto Abram.
and Sarai said unto Abram,
So Sarah said unto Abram, go ahead.
Behold now, Yahuwah hath restrained me from bearing. I pray you, go in unto my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarah.
He did what?
And Abram hearkened unto the voice of Sarah.
So he hearkened to the voice of Sarah. The Most High didn't tell him to do this. His wife told him to do this. What does this take us back to? That's how it is. Genesis 3 and 17. Genesis 3:17.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 17. And unto Adam he said, because you have hearkened unto the voice of your wife, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for your sake.
So, right here, Abraham did the same thing. He listened to the voice of his wife over what the Most High told him. Let's go back to that Genesis 16. Right. Pick it up at verse 3.
Genesis 16 and 3. And Sarah, Abraham's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes.
So all of a sudden, you done went and done something outside of what the Most High ordered you to do, and instantaneously, when she get pregnant, Sarah get jealous. Because this wasn't from the Most High. This was from Sarah because she couldn't wait to give Abraham a seed. Let's go to Genesis 17. Pick it up at verse 18.
Verse 18. And Abram said unto the Most High, O that Ishmael might live before you. And the Most High said, Sarah your wife shall bear you a son indeed, and you shall call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him.
And with his seed after him. So if Sarah don't do what she just did, and bring Ishmael into the picture, none of these wars over there between these people will ever take place. Because Ishmael wouldn't even be in the picture. But Sarah took it on herself. I'm going to help the blessing out. You need to have, you getting old. You 90-something years old, you need to have this child now. The Most High taking too long. So I'm going to take it on my own self. Here, take my handmaid. Go and have a child with her. See what? That wasn't in the Most High plans. She stepped out and thought she can help the Most High do a blessing. Nope. She stepped out on her own flesh. And since he hearkened to his wife, that's why all this stuff is going on over there right now. Because Abraham and Sarah couldn't wait. Read verse 19.
Verse 19. And the Most High said, Sarah your wife shall bear you a son indeed, and you shall call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him. As for Israel, I have heard you. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto you at this time in the next year.
At this time in the next year, meaning it's a what? An appointed time that he had for Abraham and Sarah to have this child. So they just broke it because they lost their patience. Genesis 21 and 9.
The book of Genesis, chapter 21, verse 9. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, which she had borne unto Abraham, mocking. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, cast out this bondwoman and her son. For the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son.
With my son. Now she's taking ownership. He ain't going to be heir with my son. This is strife right here. And we know the Most High Abraham kicked them out and sent them off into the desert. Showing like they would feel favoritism. But if Sarah don't do what she do, none of this stuff don't take place. Let's go back to Samuel and see something. 1 Samuel 13 and 13.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 13 and verse 13. And Samuel said unto Saul, you have done foolishly. And Samuel said unto Saul, you have done foolishly. You have not kept the commandment of Yahuwah your Elohim, which he commanded you. For now will Yahuwah have established your kingdom upon Israel forever.
So showing he did foolishly, and right here he actually lost the kingdom. Let's get 1 Samuel 16 and 13.
First Samuel chapter 16.
Pick it up at 12.
Chapter 16 and verse 12. And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, and withal of a beautiful countenance.
He was what?
Ruddy.
He was ruddy. What ruddy mean? Ruddy? He was an Edomite? Oh, something else. Go there, read it. Keep going.
And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, and withal of a beautiful countenance, and goodly to look to. And Yahuwah said, arise, anoint him. Arise, anoint him, for this is he. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. And the spirit of Yahuwah came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah.
So right here, David has been anointed what? The king. But he don't get the kingdom right here, right now. Because Samuel is still the king. At the appointed time. So David can be impatient and say, look, he just anointed me, man. Move. This is my kingdom. But it's just like the Mashiach. He already been anointed king, right? But it's an appointed time for him to come down and take it. Same way with David. He sat there and waited all this time with Saul trying to kill him. And he was already anointed the king, according to the Most High. But he didn't get the kingdom right away. So he had to be patient to get it. And he still got it. Let's get on 1 Samuel 24. 1 Samuel 24, we're going to pick it up at verse 1.
1 Samuel 24 and 1. And it came to pass, when Saul was returned from following the Philistines, that it was told him, saying, behold, David is in the wilderness of Engedi. Then Saul took 3,000 chosen men out of Israel.
How many?
3,000 chosen men.
So 3,000 men, go ahead.
And went to seek David.
To do what?
Went to seek David.
They went to seek David. Go ahead.
And his men upon the rocks of the wild goats. And he came to the sheepcotes by the way, where was a cave. And Saul went in to cover his feet.
Go ahead.
And David and his men remained in the sides of the cave. And the men of David said unto him, behold, the day of which Yahuwah said unto you, behold, I will deliver your enemy into your hand, that you might do to him as it shall seem good unto you. Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe tightly.
So right here, Saul just came looking for him with 3,000 chosen men trying to kill David. David jumps out the cave and cut off a piece of dual garment just to show him. I could have just killed you, dude. I could have killed you anytime I wanted. Go ahead.
Verse 5, and it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him because he had cut off Saul's skirt.
Even though Saul trying to kill him. Read.
And he said unto his men, Yahuwah forbid that I should do this thing unto my master. Yahuwah is anointed to stretch forth my hand against him, seeing he is the anointed of Yahuwah.
No, David, he anointed you. He took the kingdom from Saul. He anointed David. David got super patient because this dude is trying to kill him. And he just cut his skirt off to show you. You know I could have just got you, bro. You know I could have knocked you off. Go ahead.
So David stayed his servants with these words and suffered them not to rise against Saul. But Saul rose up out of the cave and went on his way. David also rose afterward and went out of the cave and cried after Saul, saying,
Hey Saul, hold up, bro. Hold up, Let me holler at you. Go ahead.
And saying, My master the king. And when Saul looked behind him, David stooped with his face to the earth and bowed himself.
Still super humble, even though he been anointed the king. Read.
And David said to Saul, Wherefore, hear your men's words, saying, Behold, David seeks your hurt.
David seeks your hurt. No, he don't. Go ahead.
Behold, this day your eyes have seen how that Yahuwah have delivered you today into my hand in the cave, and some bade me to kill you.
Some of my ox told me to kill you. They told me to knock you off. Go ahead.
But my eyes spared you. And I said, I will not put forth my hand against my master, for he is Yahuwah's anointed.
David, you are the anointed. Go ahead.
Moreover, my father, see the skirt of your robe in my hand, for in that I cut off the skirt of your robe and killed you not. Know you and see that there is neither evil nor transgression in my hand, and I have not sinned against you. Yet you hunt my soul to take it.
Yet you do what?
Yet you hunt my soul to take it.
Yet you hunt my soul to take it. Even though David already been anointed the king, he's still patiently waiting for Saul to get out the way, to take the kingdom, which is again the same kind of thing Amasiah is doing. Speaking of Amasiah, let's go there. Matthew 25. And verse 1, Matthew 25 and 1.
The book of Matthew, chapter 25, and verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of Shamayim be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 of them were foolish.
So we got the 10 virgins. 5 are wise, 5 are foolish. Go ahead.
While the bridegroom tarried.
While he did what?
While the bridegroom tarried.
So it says the bridegroom tarried. What does that mean? Waited. Go ahead.
While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
They did what?
All slumbered and slept.
They all slumbered and slept. Go ahead.
And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom comes. Go you out to meet him.
Do what?
Go you out to meet him.
Go you out to meet him. Go ahead.
Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go you rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came.
He did what?
The bridegroom came.
The bridegroom came. Remember it says, while he tarried. It seemed like he taking too long. Right now, that's what it seemed like. Man, the Messiah, that stuff ain't happening. He's taking too long. Go ahead.
And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
And it was what?
And the door was shut.
And the door was shut. Go ahead.
Afterwards came also the other virgins, saying, Master, Master, open to us. But he answered and said, Truly, I say unto you, I know you not.
I don't even know you. Go ahead.
Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man comes. For
that's good right there. So we see that they thought that he was taking too long. Matthew 26 and 37.
The book of Matthew, chapter 26 and verse 37. And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy.
So this is him before being crucified. Go ahead.
Then said he unto them, My soul is exceedingly sorrowful.
So he just let them know, my soul is exceeding sorrowful. That's a heavy word from him. My soul is exceeding sorrowful. Go ahead.
Even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me.
And do what?
And watch with me.
Tarry you here and watch with me. He just told them to do something. Tarry here, wait here, and watch with me. Go ahead.
And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. And he comes unto the disciples and find them asleep, and says unto Peter,
He found them what?
Found them asleep.
He found Peter and them asleep. Dang, the Messiah must have been up there taking too long. He told them to watch. Dang, man, he taking too long. Go ahead.
And said unto Peter, What? Could you not watch with me 1 hour?
Could you not watch for me 1 hour? Can you imagine how much he had saying that to you? You couldn't stay awake, man, and watch for 1 hour? He took too long for them. They fell asleep on him. Read.
Watch and pray, that you enter not into temptation.
Watch and pray. Not sleep and pray. Watch and pray. Because it seemed like he taking too long. Go ahead.
The spirit is indeed willing, but the flesh is weak.
Go ahead.
He went away again.
He went away again. Go ahead.
The second time, and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, your will be done.
Go ahead.
And he came and found them asleep again.
They went to sleep again. Oh man, the Messiah taking too long up there, man. I can't keep my eyes open. You could watch and pray with me 1 hour. Then he just told him another message saying, watch and pray that you fall not into temptation. He went away again, came right back, and they would sleep again. Go ahead.
And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them. And he went away again and prayed a third time, saying the same words. Then comes he to his disciples and said unto them, Sleep on now.
Do what?
Sleep on now.
Sleep on now. Them boys can't stay awake for nothing. They done work the devil. They can't stay awake and watch. Go ahead.
Sleep on now, and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners.
And the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. 46.
Rise, let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that does betray.
Now do betray me. Let's get Exodus 32 and 1. Because remember, in your patience, possess ye your souls. Exodus 32 and 1.
The book of Exodus, chapter 32 and verse 1.
This is one of those similitudes. Go ahead.
And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down,
He did what?
delayed to come down out of the mountain,
He delayed. What does delayed mean? He waited. So when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down, read.
the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron, and said unto him, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we would not what has become of him.
So how long was Moses in the mountain getting the Ten Commandments? 40 days and 40 nights. Well, the children of Israel grew impatient with him. Moses taking too long up there. He says he delayed to come down. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings, which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and bring your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people break off the golden earrings, which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with a graving tool after he had made it a molten calf. And they said, These be your gods, O Israel, which brought ye up out of the land of Egypt.
Was brought him up out of the land of Egypt. Now all of this stuff right here is taking place because they couldn't wait on Moses no more. They said, we want not what has become of him. And since they couldn't wait, all of these false gods, they made Aaron make these false gods. And because Aaron did this, he went up in the mountain and had to be killed and died. Read verse 5.
Verse 5. And when Aaron saw, he built an altar before, and Aaron made a proclamation and said, Tomorrow is the feast.
When is it?
Tomorrow is a feast.
Tomorrow is the feast of the Lord. So he said, when is it?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Let's see what tomorrow is. Read verse 6.
Verse 6. And they rose up early on the morrow.
Where?
And they rose up early on the morrow.
They rose up early on the morrow. Now this is just a side. Oh God. Let's keep going. Let's go. Early on the morrow. Jump down to verse 15.
Verse 15. And Moses turned and went down from the mountain, and the two tables of the testimony were in his hand.
So think of this being a Mashiach. Go ahead.
The tables were written on both of their sides. On one of the side and on the other were they written. And the tables were the work of Yahuwah, and the work of Elohim, and the writing was the writing of the Most High, graven upon the tables. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people, as they shouted, and said unto Moses, There is a noise of war in the camp.
Wow, Joshua, it was so loud, Joshua thought it was a war. Oh my goodness, them drums is beating, boy. They got some thump in them trunks. Go ahead.
And he said, It is not the voice of them that shout for mastery, neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome, but the noise of them that sing do I hear.
That do what?
That sing do I hear.
Pop, pop, get it, get it. So they done lost their patience, and now they down there singing and dancing because Moses then took too long to get to them. They done lost their patience and they fell into complete sin. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, as soon as he came near unto the camp, and he saw the calf and the dancing, and Moses' anger waxed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hands, and brake them beneath the mount.
Did what?
And brake them beneath the mount.
Broke them beneath the mount. Go ahead.
And he took the calf which they had made, and burned it in the fire, and ground it into powder, and strawed it upon the water, and made the children of Israel drink of it.
That's going right to that wormwood in Revelations. The bitter water. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto you, that you have brought so great sin upon them? And Aaron said, let not the anger of my master wax hot. You know the people, that they are set on mischief.
You know these people set on mischief. You know what I'm saying? They made me do it. I have no choice. You know what I'm saying? You was up there taking too long. Or what was I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, you took too long. You should have came down on 39 days. Go ahead.
Well, they said unto me, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us out of the land of Egypt, we will not what is become of him. And I said unto them, whosoever have any gold, let them break it off. So they gave it to me. Then I cast it into the fire, and there came out of this calf.
So he didn't do no work, he just threw it in there and the calf came out. So now he ain't taking ownership of his sin. Just like Adam and Eve didn't take ownership of their sin. He's sitting up there telling a lie. Oh, well, you know, as soon as I threw it in there, a calf just miraculously came out. Exactly, it just came out. Go ahead.
And when Moses saw that the people were naked.
They were what?
They were naked.
They were naked. Remember it says, and Adam and Eve knew that they were naked. Same thing. Go ahead.
And when Moses saw that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies.
Go ahead.
Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, who is on Yahuwah's side?
Who on Yahuwah's side? When the Mashiach come back, your actions going to show whose side you on. Go ahead.
Let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him.
This is how the Levites got the priesthood. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, thus saith Yahuwah Elohim of Israel, put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from the gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother.
Do what?
And slay every man his brother.
Slay every man his brother. So just like Moses is doing right here, Mashiach will do the same thing, because you don't think that he delayed to come back. Finish that out.
And every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses. And there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men.
3,000 men lost their lives because they got impatient and they couldn't wait for Moses to come down, and they did things on their own accord, and they lost their lives and probably their souls for doing it. Let's get Luke chapter 12. So remember it says, and Moses delayed to come down. Luke chapter 12 and 45.
The book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 45. But, and if that servant say in his heart, my master delay his coming.
He do what?
Say in his heart, my master delay his coming.
So it's talking about a Mashiach. But if that servant say in his heart, my master delayeth his coming. Go ahead.
And shall begin to beat the men servant and maidens, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken.
To eat and drink, and to be drunken. Remember, he says, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the Son of Man return. They shall be eating and drinking. Go ahead.
The master of that servant will come in a day when he look not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder.
Do what?
Will cut him in sunder.
He will cut him asunder. Go ahead.
And will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers.
So the same thing. He says, but if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, he taking too long. So when you lose your patience, he taking too long, you fall back into the world, into the ways of the world, and it's going to be bad for you. Let's get Habakkuk chapter 2. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 2 and 3.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
For what?
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
So everything the Most High the Mashiach do is got an appointed time. Even though it may seem like it's taking too long, everything is on an appointed time. Read.
But at the end, it shall speak.
It shall do what?
It shall speak.
It shall speak. Go ahead.
And not lie. Though it tarry.
Though it what?
Though it tarry.
Though it tarry. Though it wait. Go ahead.
Wait for it.
Do what?
Wait for it.
Wait for it, because it's going to happen at appointed time. Go ahead.
Because it will surely come.
It's going to surely happen. Read.
It will not tarry.
It will not tarry. So when it says it will tarry, it's meaning it's going to look like it's tarrying. It's going to look like he delayed his coming, but it's at an appointed time. Just like when Moses came down, it was 40 days it was appointed, and they couldn't wait. Let's go back to that James. James chapter 5. James chapter 5 and verse 7.
James chapter 5 and verse 7. Be patient.
Do what?
Be patient.
Be patient. Plain and simple. Go ahead.
Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of our Master. Behold, the husbandmen wait for the precious fruit of the earth.
So not only is we waiting on him, he actually waiting on us at the same time. That's why it says that he's long suffering. Read it from the top again.
Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of our Master.
Be patient until you will come, till the Messiah come. Go ahead.
Behold, the husbandmen wait for the precious fruit of the earth.
He's waiting for the precious fruit of the earth. So he actually waiting on us to get it right. That's why it says he's long suffering. He's trying to actually give you a chance to get yourself right before he come down and kill you. So although it seems like, dang, he's taking forever, he's actually trying to give you a chance to get yourself right before he come down. Because when he get down here and that door is shut, like he was talking about the 5 foolish virgins, it's too late. It ain't no more, hold on. No. So he actually waiting so long and long suffering because he actually trying to give you a chance to get right. Because we like to put everything off. I'll wait till New Year's resolution and then I'm going to do this. I'm going to just wait. I'm going to stop smoking on the 15th because that's when I get this. So he actually trying to give you an opportunity to get right with him. Finish that out.
The husbandmen wait for the precious fruit of the earth and have long patience for it.
Have what?
Long patience for it.
Have long patience for it. So we know we got the 2 gatherings. The first fruits and the end gathering. We want to be a part of that. Go ahead.
And he received the early and latter rain.
The early and latter rain. Read.
Be you also patient.
Be you what?
Also patient.
Be you also patient. Go ahead.
Establish your heart.
Do what?
Establish your heart.
Establish your hearts. Read.
For the coming of the master draw near.
It do what?
It draws near.
It draws near. Let's get Ecclesiastes 9. Because we know like in about 08, 07, 08, somewhere in there, a whole bunch of us came into this, what we call the truth. And a lot of people was doing it. But a lot of the same people that came in with us, they ain't doing this no more. They done switched off into Egyptologists. They don't believe in the Messiah no more. A whole bunch of them, right? We get the Pan-African movement. All of these things, these people, they lost their patience because it's taken too long for them. Ecclesiastes 9 and 11.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift.
That the race is not to the swift. So the person that jumped in this thing running, oh man, I love this thing. I love this walk. All come to hear about it. Soon as something, they showed them zeitgeist or something, their faith kind of went out the window. Oh, I don't know about this stuff, bro. They say he the same as Negro. He the same as this guy. Jumped in running full speed and then lost. Because the race ain't given to the swift. Go ahead.
Nor the battle to the strong. Neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to the men of understanding, nor yet favor to the men of skill, but time and chance happen to them all.
But time and chance happen to them all. Matthew chapter 24, 13.
Book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 13.
So remember, he said the race ain't given to the swift. So you jump in that boy sprinting, and you're going to do what? You're going to get tired. You're going to run out of gas. You ain't going to make it because you done jumped in this boy too fast. Like when we first started back jogging. You know what I'm saying? And your son jumped out there fast. Whoa, that boy done left us. By the time we got to the end, because he went too fast.
So my brisk walking was cool.
No, that's no excuse. That's no excuse. That's too slow. And then you being 22, that's too slow.
Hey, what the scripture about the
Go ahead.
The book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 13. But he that shall endure unto the end.
But he that shall endure until the end, wait. That he that can wait and do this and endure all this stuff and don't say, man, it's taking too long, shall be what?
The same shall be saved.
The same shall be saved. So nobody ain't saved because you got to maintain your patience in order to get it. Revelations 14 and 12.
The book of Revelation, chapter 14 and verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints.
Of who?
Here is the patience of the saints.
Here is the patience of the saints. The ones that who can wait. Go ahead.
Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahushua.
So these people right here, they keep the commandments and they got the testimony of a Mashiach. But it started off, here is the patience of these people. So these people can put it off and they can wait for it. 2 Peter chapter 2. Pick it up at verse 2.
The book of 2 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall they with vain words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingers.
What?
Of a long time lingers not.
Long time, go ahead.
Their damnation slumbers not. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, and the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly.
Of who?
Of the ungodly.
Hold on, I'm in the actually wrong spot. It's the look this up for me. Where you talking about the scoffers? Anybody know that off the top of their head? Says scoffers in the last days. 3 and 3. 2 Peter 3 and 3. My bad.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3. No.
Pick it up at verse 2.
Verse 2. That you may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the Most High. by the set apart prophets, and of the commandments of the apostles, of the Master and Savior. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts.
This is exactly what happened. Man, y'all still believe in that book? Ain't nothing happened yet. All this time, y'all keep on saying this. When is he coming? When is he coming? They say this stuff all the time. Go ahead.
Scoffers, walking after their own lusts, saying, where is the promises of his coming?
Where is the promise of his coming? Go ahead.
For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation.
So right there, he's showing the same thing. These people have lost their patience and they say, where is the promise of his coming? They've been saying, my great granddaddy was saying this stuff, man. And it ain't happened yet. And y'all sitting up there still believing in this book. And they don't even realize he actually tell you about the quote-unquote delay in the book. All the way from the beginning with Moses. He's showing you that he was going to quote-unquote delay. And it make it seem like he wasn't coming at all. Huh? Exactly. And Noah, a long time suffering. So, that's why it says, in your patience, possess ye your souls. So if you can't wait, you're going to get impatient. You're going to lose your temper. It's going to lead you to anger. This is why he says, be angry, but sin not. And then don't go and say something foolish. When you say something foolish, you're going to be judged for every idle word. And this is why patience is so key to your salvation. So with that, say shalom.